Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. Today we are going to see what after Keynesian macroeconomics. We could understand that the classical economics or classical economists or classical school of thought or classicalism was ruling the world till 1930s, and as a result of the 1930s depression, the classical was not able to give any solution to that, and Keynes came forward with his solutions. He always told about the intervention of the government in the economy to deal with the problems in the economy. But what happened after Keynesian macroeconomics, and that is what we are going to see today. The new classical macroeconomics, if you look at the concept, this is something which it can be considered as a school of economic thought which had originated during the early 1970s in the works of certain people like Robert Lucas, Thomas Hoechlin, Neil Wallace, and Edward Prescott. So if you look at these people are very famous economists. If you look at Lucas, this person is a Nobel laureate in 1995. If you look at Prescott, Surgeon, and Neil Wallace, they have co-received the Nobel Prize of 2004. So they are very famous economists. Some of these are centered at the universities of Chicago and Minnesota, and they have put forward their own contribution by considering different aspects of economics. Coming to the name of this particular branch of economics or this particular school of thought of economics, we could see that the name draws on the Keynes evocative contrast between his own macroeconomics and that of his individual forebearers, the classicals. Keynes, he had stretched a point by lumping his contemporaries like Pigou, Marshall, which he called as classical economists. Or we could see that there are other people like Ricardo, etc., who are purely classical. What Keynes says is that the classical always consider the price system in a free economy as efficiently guiding the mutual adjustment of demand and supply in all markets, irrespective of goods market, respective of labor market. In all the markets, this happened. But Keynes always considers some kind of problem with respect to this. Unemployment could arise because of market imperfections, and this can be either intervention by the government in the economy, or it can be some action by the trade union, or it could be some other forms of imperfections. So we can eliminate the problems related to unemployment by removing imperfections. And in contrast, what Keynes had done is that he had shifted the focus of his analysis away from the individual market, but he has shifted it towards the whole economy. And he always considered that even without market imperfections, aggregate demand might fall short of aggregate productive capacity of the labor and capital. And if such a situation exists, in such a situation, unemployment would be mostly involuntary. And what does it mean is that workers might be unemployed even though they are willing to do any work. So at prevailing wage rate, certain people would be willing to do work, but they would be unemployed. Later, Keynesian economists, they attained a measure of reconciliation with the classical school of thought. And Paul Samuelson had argued for a neoclassical synthesis. And here what he means is that classical economics he considered as governing resource allocation through judicial government policy at full employment. Now coming to the Keynesian aspect, Keynesian economists have always thought to explain consumption, investment, aggregate demand in the economy. So all these elements in a manner which is consistent with the assumption that individual would behave optimally. And this was a program of micro foundations of macroeconomics. We could also see that there is the classical Keynesian synthesis which happened, borrowing some ideas from classical, some ideas from Keynesians, and putting these together, and so as to give some more effective measures for the problems suffered by the economy. So that's all for today. You can like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group to discuss your doubts. Thank you for watching.